Hello and welcome to Grow Your Yoga. My name is Todd McLaughlin and I'm here at Native Yoga Center in Juno Beach. Today, how to practice Janu Sirsasana A. In the Ashtanga Yoga system, we have seated poses, and now we're at a posture called Janu Sirsasana A. There's three versions, A, B, C. First one is the easiest one. So I'm going to give you a couple of details on how to practice this pose and give you a few modification tips that you can use if you're a beginner. If you're advanced in this posture, I'll also try to point out a few different ideas here. All right, so number one, Janu Sirsasana, we begin in a pose that is similar to what's called Dandasana, stick pose, your legs are together. And the first side is the right knee bend. So you bend your right knee and bring the right heel as close to the hip as you're able. Reach for your left foot. Inhale, breathe, lift your chin and chest. Exhale, breathe, fold, and bring your head down towards your knee. There's multiple variations in what to do with the neck. One of the questions that comes up is, should I be looking forward at my foot like this, or should I touch my head down onto my knee? My answer to that question is, how does your neck feel? The drishti, meaning the focal point in Janu Sirsasana A, is the foot. So that actually involves having your chin forward. But sometimes when you lift your chin like this, you might tense up on your neck and shoulders. And you will see many expressions of the pose done where you actually round the spine and touch your head down onto the knee. So I think the answer to this question is, how does it feel for you? Try the variation where you look forward, try a variation where you keep your neck neutral, and try the variation where you drop your head down, and see which one feels like it benefits you the most. The next area that we're going to look at is the hamstrings, what to do with the left leg. So if you don't have a whole lot of hamstring flexibility, there's two main ways to approach. One is you take a prop like a strap and you can keep your leg completely straight, take the prop, hook it around your foot, and hold on to a strap. And this way you have the ability to let the strap lengthen so you can figure out where you're able to sit with your chest lifting, as opposed to trying to grab your foot and having a really deep round in your back. So you can utilize a prop to be able to exercise this ability to lift your chest. And now pull, bend your elbows, and extend forward. So this is one way to go. Another way that you'll see common, this is a little more common to a method of yoga, Bikram yoga and or 26 and 2. The way that this pose is taught is bend the knee, catch the foot, hold the foot, and touch the forehead on the knee. And then only slide your heel as far forward as, you can keep your head on your knee. That is different than the Ashtanga method. The Ashtanga method is more straight leg, aim for foot, fold forward. Well, the answer to the question here, I can't reach my foot, or the complaint or the response often is, I'm unable to touch my foot. So then place your hands onto your shin. If you feel like you don't want to use a strap or a prop, grab your shin as close to your foot as you can and work into the hamstring stretch here. The other thing that will commonly happen, you're folding forward, and as you fold more, your knee bends more. You back up, your leg goes straight. You fold forward, your knee bends. So in the Ashtanga method, the style or the strategy is to keep your leg engaged straight. Extension of the knee. Flexion of the knee is when your knee bends. Extension of the knee, contract your quad, make the leg straight. Find where your grip can be stable, whether it's on your shin or on your foot, and work on the ability to tip the pelvis forward by lift the chest and fold forward of your leg. The other thing I want to investigate with you is what to do with this right knee. I'm comfortable here with my knee down on the floor. However, when a lot of us go to attempt to do the pose, we bring the heel in toward the hip. And what you might notice is that your knee is not going down to the floor. You try to press it down and it feels stuck. So the majority of what we're doing here is opening up these muscles here called the adductors. your muscles on your inside thigh. When your legs come together, that's called abduction. Adduction. They come together. When they come apart, this is abduction. Our adductors are on the inside line. So when we bring this heel in like so, now what we can do is take a prop like a block, or simply take a blanket and fold it up, and you can place the blanket or block underneath the knee. Because if you have knee pain, you could have a knee injury where pushing down on this might exacerbate that. So we want to go slow on this. So place something underneath that. As you start to fold forward, you can gently push down into the prop underneath you. And this might or will give a little bit of stability and allow for you to gradually, watch what I'm going to do. I slide the blanket out a little bit, let the knee come down a little lower. Over time, I won't fold the blanket up as much. The blanket's a little lower. Before you know it, you remove the blanket, and then your leg is all the way down on the floor. Listen to your body. Pay attention to how your knees feel. Don't force your knees into the position. Gradually let it open up over time. Also, there's this element where when the knee is up, when we start leaning forward, this is where we can get some leverage to press the knee down. So there's a tipping point in this pose. When we're behind the tipping point, it feels like we have no leverage to get forward. So one option can be to just lean back, put one hand, and gently give a counter press of your left palm on the floor to be able to bring your knee a little closer to the ground. So you can work on straightening your arm and press your knee down, and just kind of coach or coax your hip to open in this direction. At some point, when you get the body up high enough that you can tip forward over the tipping point, now you're going to make some quicker progress because your knee can come down to the floor. But remember, there's no main finish line. The whole idea is to practice and be aware of your breath and just work the positioning of the body and gradually allow this to open up. Let's see, any other thoughts or questions? If you're watching live on any of the social media platforms, chime in live. I'll answer the questions here when I'm done presenting. And if you're watching recorded, do the same, and I'll answer whenever the question comes in. All right, so the other side here, I'm on the left side. Again, now a couple things. One, try to bring your heel close into the pubic bone, aka the hips, the pelvis, and you're gonna allow the foot to touch close to the leg. It is okay if your foot goes into what's called supination. That's where your foot opens up, and you allow the top of the foot to gently lay down on the floor. You do try to hike that heel in nice and close. Another element with the leg out in front, often when you fold forward, the leg wants to roll externally, external rotation. So what we're going to do is try to keep the foot vertical when you reach for the foot. Even if your hand is on your shin, keep your foot vertical and slowly start to work your body forward. And the Janu Sirsasana A position sets up for the one that follows, Janu Sirsasana B, and then there's a really complex one called Janu Sirsasana C. Each one serves as a building block, moving deeper and deeper into hip movement here, ankle, knee movement, and your bent limb. And it also serves as a wonderful hamstring stretch that is a go-to staple pose for every yoga practitioner. This is one of the ones that I recommend you do every day. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thursdays, 11:30 a.m. Eastern and 12 p.m. Eastern. I offer this tutorial for you, and I hope you enjoy. Remember, you can look at our website, nativeyogacenter.com. I have a 2 weeks free unlimited live stream yoga. I have a first month free for our Native Yoga online platform where you can practice our classes that we upload every day. So we have a constant stream of fresh class material coming to our online program that is available for you. My podcasts I release, Native Yoga Toddcast. I'm up to episode 173, I believe, this Friday. Every single Friday, I release a new episode. You can learn so much by listening to podcast conversations about yoga practice, because yoga is a huge subject. There is so much to talk about, so much to learn, and we just niche in. I niche in with a professional in this field so we can help learn together. All right, I will see you soon. Have a great day. Namaste.